I'm going to show images that are coming through from kind people from right across the world, showing the skies are still being hammered and chemtrailed, and we are still seeing that strange pink haze in the skies. The weather patterns are very strange. We saw that supermoon again, and indeed it's getting brighter. The blue sky as well is becoming very red. Now that's check these videos and these images coming in from fantastic people, and please all of you have a great day. Now we have attachments that's come in very recently. You can see the date there from yesterday, and this is from Decorator 101. It says here, "Good evening, Matt. Here's a few pictures from the sky today. Usual darkness through the day. Sunset was heavily chemtrailed. South had brilliant blue skies and pink. Chemtrails were starting on the east, I assumed to cover rising of the moon. Here's a few pictures." And I'm going to show these images now because Decorator 101 is well known to our community, and this subscriber takes some fantastic shots as well. So let's have a look at these images. Here we have the first photograph of the rising. You can see still at 10 AM we're still getting that dim sky and that haze. Many people looking up to the heavens now, noticing that they can't see the beautiful skies. This has been going on now for far too long. Many weeks to months, people are still seeing this haze as they chemtrail the early morning skies. They're supposed to be seeing those blue skies, but still being covered up. So thank you for this image. You can clearly see all the haze here, and this object, this strange colour. It's not our sun, it's the wrong colour. Thank you for this photograph as well. This is the next image where you can clearly see the two colours. Can you see this on the horizon? This haze is from another object that's coming through. We're just seeing the two colours. It's still there, that red horizon. Been saying this for a long time now, nearly over a year. We've been seeing this thick haze of a orange pinkish texture. So it's still happening, isn't it? It really is. Decorator 101 zoomed in and moments later took the image, this photograph, two objects. As I said before, we've really got to take note of the this pink haze. Just another fantastic image. Here we have the next photograph. It's quite interesting as well. What you've got there is the natural clouds here, but look in between, you can see those strange formations. Just behind is chemtrails. They're hoping that humanity won't be able to look that far through to seeing what they're doing in the background. Another fantastic image. Here we have the two colours again. We've got the yellow colour of the sun. Okay, but look to the left hand side down below. You've got another object that's cutting through there, that's brightening up. It is starting to look so obvious now, isn't it? We're starting to see different colours in our skies. Here we have the other image as well. If you look carefully, you could see those lines, can't you, where they've been spraying hard above in our atmosphere. I said as well on the comment board from last night that I took Charlie out for a walk and there were too many chem planes spraying around 3:30 on sundown. It's so important to look up at the heavens and notice what they're doing. And this morning, taking family to school, I've noticed those chem planes again spraying above the area that we see of the sun. They're still doing this. This photo as well is just totally amazing because again you're seeing all these lines in the skies here, unnatural cloud formations, all these again produced by pilots spraying our skies. People call them hammerheads, and they are indeed, as they're being used and controlled by the governments. Here we have another kind person that sends a lot of images in, Iris Turner, and she states on her email, "You can use," and thank you for these. It says here as well that they're hiding the sunsets, and she is a full believer knowing that something is coming. So let's have a look at these attachments that Iris has sent in. Here is the first photograph, but again you can clearly see what they're doing on the sundown. spraying all the time. In the background you're seeing haze, chemtrails, lines. It's to hide wormwood. Now, I've looked at different channels. I've looked at and studied different people's opinions and thoughts on why they're spraying the skies. And I've believed lots of information from the past, but it all goes down to, it all goes down to a point of Nibiru. Now people again call it different names, but it's that heavenly object. And they spray the skies specific times of the day, different parts of the months they spray much more heavier, and the pattern of spraying is so blatantly obvious that they're hiding something. Because if they wasn't hiding anything, they would just spray the skies all the time if it was anything else, or they would spray the skies if the weather patterns were strange. They would go out and start to try and control it, wouldn't they? But they're doing it to hide the sun. They're doing it to hide the moon. Now, they're also doing it to make a huge haze at night time to hide the stars. Many people stating they can't see the stars as much as they could in the past. This is a big cover-up. And seeing these images is so obvious, because what you need to do is basically just keep a track on these dates and times of when they're spraying, and you will notice that this is what they're doing. They're covering our skies to hide celestial objects that will be seen by the masses around the world. They spray higher populated areas because they're panicking. They don't want you to see it. They don't want their system to collapse. So let's go to the next image that Iris sent in. Okay, zooming out on the photograph, she also is looking at where you can see the area of the sun. Look how dim it's became, and we've got this strange yellow haze to the right side. There's other cloud formations that are being used by HAARP. They're being controlled to cover this area. Now, it is quite far-fetched sounding, isn't it? It's unbelievable, but let me tell you something. I wouldn't put it past any government official to doing this. They have their technology to do this, and it's on high power, and it's working to them. They think they're doing a fantastic job. Now, to many people, they would be shocked once they saw them objects in the sky. And I just hope that people will prepare for this, because they are. The government are. They're fully prepared now. CERN as well. They've done their job. They know the truth. They have been manipulating our atmosphere, and they found their particle. And still, the public have been disinformed. We need to keep researching and showing the truth. So again, thank you very much for these attachments, and God bless you too. And I will now move on to other people's fantastic work. We have other attachments coming in from Thomas Clan, and he states on his email, not missing a beat, heavy hiding the sun nearly every day. Now, this kind subscriber is from Davenport, Lower, and the email came in at 3:30 p.m. and this was yesterday. Let me just look at these photographs now. He's right, isn't he? They're not stopping, are they? They're still carrying on. And this is another part of the world as well. Everything that's here is just a haze. It's been covered up to hide the truth. You can see the colour as well. It's faded. The sun is now dimming. It's been dimming for weeks now. And it will carry on dimming as they keep spraying all the time. And I'll move on to the next image that Thomas sent in. I believe that everyone's entitled to have their photograph seen on screen, and it is. Now, Thomas zoomed in on this photo, showing you that it is just a thick haze of chemtrails, thickness everywhere. Even to the other side, they're spraying the whole skies. They don't want us to see what's coming. Looking on this next photograph, you can clearly see again, just like Iris's images, it's just a haze, isn't it? It's just a mess. Can you just see the chem lines here and here? And still the newspapers around the world are stating that they're just normal passenger contrails. I mean, how can a contrail cause all this? Everything on the screen that is just a haze of chemicals. Just like that thousands upon thousands of people are seeing every day to the sunrise and the sundown, chem lines, other passenger planes being used as military planes being sprayed across the skies, using with those tankers behind them full of aluminium and barium to confuse the public to thinking these are just normal passenger airlines, but they're not. It's still continuing to this day. Okay, we've got another fantastic man from Detroit, Nathan, and he states in his email with these attachments. These attachments were just taken yesterday. The last two attachments of the pink sky were taken close to 40 minutes after sunset. In the east, the opposite side of the sunset. I was shocked. If you have time, please respond back and let me know what you think, which I've done. And you have my full permission to use these photographs in your next video. In the future, respect from Nathan Carpenter from Detroit. A fantastic man that's out to trying to get the evidence out there of what's happening. Now, all of you are working very hard, sending photos in, and I will show your images, but please put on your email that it's safe to use your images so we can carry on. Now, let's have a look at these fantastic photos from Nathan. Now, this is the first photograph, and around 10 AM, of course we can see chemtrails. We can see that object that's not our sun. It's that reflector again being used in Detroit. Now, Detroit in the past 3 to 4 months, as we've seen on other videos, have been well hammered with these poisons that are being sprayed all the time. And people in Detroit are now looking up. They're seeing and noticing what is going on. Can you see this strange chem? And then you've got this strange light colour. It is not the same colour as the sun. Look how dark and dim it gets as well. The reflection on this road, it's very much different. So nice one, Nathan, for sending this photo in. Let me go to the next one. Okay, we've got this next image as well that's been brought in. Can you see just up here? It's very important to make sure people are aware of this harp cloud, chem lines, and broken cloud systems. These cloud systems are supposed to be there to protect us, but it's not. They're not no more. There's a huge problem as we've got wormwood, the magnetic pull as well to our Earth. It's still slowly getting worse. They can't do anything about it. All they can do is hide what is coming. The next image is showing you this pink haze, again reflecting on these chems. They're not natural cloud formations. We've got the yellow reflection from the sun. We've got the whole sky that's lighting up pink. I've said on other videos that sooner or later in our foreseeable future we will see pink skies all the time, and they will hope that humanity have got used to it, as those other objects reflecting, they are reflecting in our skies. We're seeing two colours. This pink haze. It's very important to keep an eye on this. Nathan took this photo just recently afterwards. Again, you've got that colour, the pink haze to the right side that's beaming through, reflecting. Normally we'd see the yellow sun going down, but we're not this pink colour. We do see a red array from the sun as it's hitting our atmosphere, as it's going down, but not this different colour that we're seeing in the skies all the time. And also, still again, I'd like to say no pink chemtrails. They do not spray pink chemtrails, so let's not be disinformed about that situation. Here we have some more attachments coming in from Wade Cross, another fantastic subscriber, a friend that sends in true images all the time. And on the email just at the above, they started at 4 a.m. this morning, which indeed they do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through these images for you to see, and it is getting worse. So, I mean, every day we're seeing this, aren't we? Let me just zoom into these fantastic attachments. See, as we look through these images and we look at the news media, newspapers, why would they lie? Why would they lie about chemtrails if it's to do with geoengineering? Because we would just accept that, wouldn't we? And think, well, they're looking after us, aren't they? They're just trying to protect the environment. But they don't say nothing, do they? Now, when someone doesn't say anything, it's serious, isn't it? If you don't speak out about something that's being done so obviously in our skies, so blatantly, then it is a situation, isn't it, that if they don't speak out, then we're all going to be looking up, aren't we, and start thinking of all different kinds of situations. And as I said earlier on, I've thought hard about geoengineering. I've thought hard about spraying to harm us. I've thought very hard about other things as well. And looking right into it, this situation, all I can truly think of is that they're hiding something. This is a huge cover-up, and for them not to speak out, they know this is happening. Looking down as well and reading information about these deep underground military bases, they are and have been preparing right under our noses. And there's far too many web pages as well explaining that the chemtrails are just normal contrails. I mean, look here as well. I mean, where's this plane going? It's making a complete wrong U-turn, isn't it? Has it got lost? I mean, these pilots, if these were passenger airlines, I'd be furious, wouldn't you? If I was going to like a country like Spain from the UK for a short break, I would, and this happened to me, this U-turn, I'd be cross. I would want to speak to the pilot and want to know what he's drinking. So anyway, let's move on to the next image. Wade Cross also sent this message in as well with this fantastic image stating on a new email that they're just doing this all the time. It's not stopping. Every day they're seeing these lines and still people don't look up. You can start to see the sunrise. Even here is another form of chemtrail activity. Please look northeast as well through the day. They really are hammering that part of the sky as well. Here we have more chem lines. And this to be the sun? I don't think so. Look at the halo. The white object again is being covering up the truth for far too long. Look at these lines again. I mean, governments around the world, even Mr. Donald Trump, has said that they will look into this, but nothing. There has been nothing being done about it, and it's awful, isn't it? It really is, because many people, even in Canada now, there's been people marching the streets, and you know, more people now are being hugely becoming upset about this. We're getting reports in as well that it's not just chem planes, it's chem drones. Can you see these lines here? These are not being made by these planes. These are made by something else that's been... They move across the sky and disappear. Something's going on. Look above as well, these lines. And it's getting darker as this object is rising. Now, even on the other video about the moon is getting brighter. And for the past few years, they do bring out different names now, don't they, to try and fool the public about the moon. And looking back to the mid-90s, the early 80s, even the early 2000s, our moon was just normal looking. And what is normal these days? Because there is so many changes. Even around us, things are changing. It is very, very strange. So again, thank you for this image. This is another image just zoomed in where you can clearly see more lines in the skies, and they are not passenger airlines. These are military planes to cover up what's coming. There is a huge problem in our inner solar system. Our sun is still blasting out far too much activity with these solar flares, and things are supposed to calm down now. Supposed to calm down way through the years, but it's progressing. There is far too much that's bashing our Earth's atmosphere right now. Our magnetic field is weakening, and earthquakes are building up their magnitudes. And still, I mean, there's reports coming in small pieces through the news media. They know what's going on, and the shadow government are just keeping this information down. Okay, we've got a fantastic message that's come through from Roger Paul. Now, this guy is amazing. He's part of the community and he knows this system's coming. He's a full believer of Wormwood. And on the email, he states, "Matt, thank you, bro. You have inspired me. My first video I have. Special thanks to you. I know my channel isn't much right now. It will take time to get it going. I learn to make better ones. Will you mention my channel in one of your videos? The photos I put on my channel are genuine. I don't add anything. I don't add colour. I do use lens. If you will you please help me get my channel going? Will you do a live video next week? They should start chemtrailing around the 10th. They do that around that time every month. I love you, my friend. Peace and love. Always bless." Now, this guy, Roger Paul, and many thousands of you are working very hard. And Roger, I will get back to you and I will help you through to get those videos out because it's so important. Now, showing Roger's email as well just shows, it really truly just shows that there's fantastic people out there that are working so hard to even now getting to run channels to getting the truth out. And I get emails like this many times through the day, and it just shows that something's going on and people are just amazing. Thank you for this. Here we have another fantastic email with attachments from Dennis. Now, Dennis has brought to us lots of fantastic videos. Okay, now he is in Virginia, and in his email here he says, "Good morning, Matt. Now, it says here, hope all is well. See, you mentioned the folks that are double-crossing you with copyrights. Now, that's just become positive about this and get past this. But again, it's just the way it is on YouTube, isn't it, sometimes? Don't worry about me. I don't care what my photos are used for as long as they are used for the truth, for mankind." What a kind man. Dennis is just absolutely amazing. And it says, "Thank you for your service. Kindest regards, Dennis in the Valley." Now, he's said in many, many long emails, he's another true believer of this system that's incoming. He can see the changes. Now, this guy, he does a lot of walking and he is professional with his photography, and he just sees the changes. He's been around for many years and there has been a change. Now, I'm going to show you Dennis's images because these are just outstanding as well. Okay, we've got Dennis's first photograph, and he states as well, I mean, on the other message, look at this pink haze. Can you see the two colours? Now, when we look at these images as well, we're noticing that this pink colour isn't going away, is it? It's getting thicker and stronger. Now, normally, as I've said this before, about seeing the pink skies is quite a rare event. We only see it very once or twice, and that's it. But we're seeing it still every single day, like this photograph that Dennis sent in. It isn't going away, is it? Let me go to the next image. Now, with this next photograph, like I saw many other people have seen these past days, the skies do look very, very fluorescent. They look different, don't they? They don't look natural anymore. it's as if there's technology, which we know what they're using, is making the skies look very, very strange. And the more we see these strange colours, these chemtrails, and also our known celestial objects dimming and also brightening, these are the signs, aren't they? These are the signs in the skies. And we've been warned in the past to look up and notice them. But still, like many of you have suggested and also emailed to say, that they walk around and people are still got their noses into their technology, got their eyes down into their mobile phones, watching news media, believing every word they say, because now the weather channels are just, it's very laughable now, because we could see these changes, but they still say that everything is fine. After moments, Dennis sent this image as well, and you could see another colour, can't you? This strange colour as well. And just behind here, you could just see the bright colour as well, just fading back there of the sun. But we've got this other haze that's coming through. Just very strange. So again, thank you, Dennis, for these images, and I look forward to seeing your videos. And when you're taking your photographs, please keep safe. All of you that are sending photos in and taking images of the truth must keep safe. It's very important, because what we're doing is, when we're taking these images and noticing the trails, we're exposing ourselves to those poisons in our atmosphere. So it is important to cover up and protect yourself and just keep safe. Here we have the last attachment here from Mark Alsop. Now Mark is based in the UK, in Mansfield, and just another fantastic guy that's out showing the skies. He wants the truth to come out. We all do. This is why we do this. This is why we're taking these images, because we can see a big change. We know that those objects are reflecting in our skies. And I'm going to now show Mark's images. Okay, we've got the first photograph here. Now, can you see that chemtrail in the sky? Not a contrail, because it's carrying on the line. Contrails just finish off about here, and look again, it's just above is a haze. Just another fantastic photograph, because here in the UK they are still spraying very heavily. And when we looked at that report from the Daily Mail on the other video, stating that they're just contrails and not to worry about it, but we know differently. They still call this a conspiracy, but it's not. It's the truth. Now these next photos were taken just before the sunrise. Now what they do is they spray very hard so we don't get to see the truth again, but it's still dimming the sky. It hasn't changed, has it? Look at these lines. Again, no natural clouds would do this. Very, very strange. Again, they're using HARP on full power and other technology to hide our skies. Now I tried to open the other two images, but sometimes they don't open and take ages to open, but I will carry on processing them to get back to you to open them. Now look on this image as well. When we see that reflector in the sky, look to the other side, you can see that strange orange haze that you can see here on the cloud formation. What gives it away is, look at the blue sky here. Now you're seeing the reflection from the sun that's behind here. It lights up the skies, but you can see that other reflection from another object. Remember the day on the 16th of October of 2017, we saw that orange colour in the sky, that red haze from the sun. Now that was a big giveaway, because even the Philippines, Russia and other parts of the world had seen that orange strange colour of the sun, not from Sahara dust, because I've looked on maps and things and read the weather patterns for that day, and dust can't travel that far with them strange formations of what we're seeing, because it is, again, just being observant, isn't it? Now, many people around the world as well are looking at the blinking of the sun as well. Now, that is strange as well, and I've looked at some videos and footage, and I do believe that there is, again, something else going on. So I'm going to leave you with this image, and I will get back to you very shortly with a longer video of subscribers' images. Now, I have technical issues with the last video with sound, and I will produce that again shortly as well. So please, all of you, take care, and I'll be back as soon as I can. And also, as I said before, another video